And you had a good couple of years with the Bullets, but then they brought in Das Wonder kid Adam Gibson, and soon didn't need another short point guard, so you found opportunities elsewhere.
That's right. Adam Gibson is an extremely good player, and I've got a lot of respect for that young fella. He came in on a very good opportunity. That year that I was slightly sort of pushed out, was my third year at the Bullets. The salary cap issues with the points cap were very tight when they were bringing in Leonard Copeland, Mark Bradkey and Sam McKinnon, and they only had one point spare, and I was actually a 4 or 5 point player at that stage, and Adam Gibson, as good as he is, was only a 1 point player at that time, and so I was asked to stay at the Bullets to still be a part of that squad of 12, but I wouldn't have been playing the same amount of minutes that I was previously, so I got an opportunity at West Sydney. I was called up by Mark Watkins, and as we remember, Steve Markovic actually left the country to play over in Europe, and I got the spot that was vacated by him, and went on. Even though we didn't do so well as a team, I got an opportunity to play 20 minutes of game of NBL basketball, and had an opportunity to put up some of my best numbers, and scored above 20 a few times, and also set a record that year of hitting 6 threes straight in one game, which was actually equal third on the all-time list, which I think was broken twice after that, which was by Dave Barlow, who hit I think 8 from 8 playing for the Tigers last year, which is amazing. And
considering his shot's not that pretty.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
I got noticed by the New Zealand Breakers. I happened to have one of my career high games against the New Zealand Breakers.
You love playing against the Breakers.
Even
with your days in the Bullets, that was your standout game the first year you played.
Yeah, I had myself like a couple of career highs playing against those boys, but had the opportunity to go over there, and that was a really good time living in New Zealand. Probably didn't play as much as I did the previous year, but I was on a better team. An excellent learning experience, and one I won't forget. Of course, basketball is a team sport, so you can't be hung up on all the individual accolades that come your way, and if you're lucky enough to have them, then so be it. But my 4 years there were enjoyable.
And obviously playing ABA now, obviously once you get your knee back in order in a couple of months' time, playing for the Goannas?
Possibly. I've played for the Gold Coast the last couple of years. I played for the Northside Brisbane Wizards in 2005-06 when I came home from the West Sydney Razorbacks, and that was a great time, and they've offered me a spot there, and I'm seriously considering it, but I'm about 4 months from playing again, and so doing my day-to-day rehab, shooting the basketball and doing the drills that I talked about today is sort of what I'm focused on.
And you mentioned before when we were talking, now 29, but obviously should all go well with the rehab, you still have aspirations to get back in the league?
Yeah, I think you've got to set your standards and set your goals high, whatever you do. I'm lucky enough now to be in an excellent job where I run my own basketball excellence academy here at Varsity College and on the Gold Coast, and I have a good training partner in James Harvey, who's on here on the Gold Coast, and I guess that's a good standard to be always aiming for, and I think once I get right at about 100% and keep pushing along with him, you never know. You never know if someone wants to let me come in there and do what I do again. It'd be great, but if not,
I mean, no. James Harvey plays on Gold Coast Blaze, and let's just say they didn't really have a point guard. He really would make his life a lot easier if he had you fighting in the open spaces, I'm sure.
Definitely. I think I made James a better player that year at West Sydney.
No doubt.
He's amazing, awesome player, and and he excels when he's got a great point guard around him. And I enjoyed my time with him. He made my life a lot easier, being able to get myself out of tough positions, beat my man, and give him the ball and him to knock down the shots, and that was what he's paid to do.
And obviously, you mentioned how much time you spend together shooting around and stuff like that. Do you learn much from him? From whether it be like he's obviously a great shooter, great scorer, great player. Do you pick up much? Or do you pick up anything when you're working with him? Yeah,
of course. I've always thought of myself as someone who has a really high intensity, a high standard when I come to improving myself. And James just seems to be really a cut above. He's up there. His intensity, his professionalism, the way he goes about everything. It's really good to be around. It's very infectious. So when I'm doing my stuff, you can't help but really push it. And right now, when I can't really do the things I want to do with my knee, I find myself trying to do them, and I've got to pull the reins and hold back a little bit. But yeah, he's very influential in that way.
And tell us about, obviously, what you're doing with varsity and so forth here.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Varsity College is a new school, so I think it's about 6 or 7 years old.
Took me long enough to find it. I didn't know where it was.
It's very down here in Varsity Lakes and Rabina on the Gold Coast, and it's basically an academic school. It's a state school that's run just like a private school, and the principal, Jeff, who used to be an old Melbourne Tigers fan, he moved up here. He wanted to have a basketball program. And when I didn't get picked up off the free agent list after my New Zealand season, he offered me the job, and of setting up our own program, writing a curriculum, and offering it as a subject, so you can actually do basketball as a subject. I wish I had it.
We all
How good would that have been?
Yeah.
And I think the kids really enjoy it. We've got like 50 kids in the junior program, which is grade 7s to 9, and we've got about 30 to 35 kids in the senior program. With some kids who have some really good prospects for maybe going overseas to college or playing in the ABA in the years to come. So I'm really enjoying my position.